we're back again. New episode, new segment, new set, same two annoying people, right? We're here again to tell you about what's been happening in Slough, right? So I want to start. I want to start on a positive note.
Let's go.
Yeah. We've always spoken about this and that's bad, but there has been progress from what we have been discussing. So I know a few episodes ago we spoke about like knife crime, the problems, how people say there's a knife, there's not a knife, the whole persona behind it.
What people in the community were doing to work against knife crime.
Yeah, so all the marches, the mothers' walks, etc. So we have traction. So statistics have come out to say, I think, the knife crime in 2024 had dropped by 9%.
Massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Massive. That's huge.
That is big. I can't lie. I didn't even know we had more than 9% worth of knife crime. I can't lie.
It just goes to show you that the work that these people are doing, I guess, is working.
But that still means that there were over 1,000 incidents in the region.
Okay.
But, baby steps, and then, eventually you get the main chunk of it.
That's it, man. That's it.
These youngsters hopefully might be watching this, learning.
Is that Thames Valley or is that just in Slough?
I think it might be even both, but I don't see too much knife crime happening in Thames Valley besides Slough.
Yeah, true.
Like, we are a bit at the dead ends of Thames Valley.
Yeah, it's true. We're a bit out there.
Positive note, remember? Yeah, this is that good moment where we're 9% down. So, I know we bitch and moan about the police and that, but they've been doing something, innit?
Yeah.
Or even if it's people just handing them in, which I find very surprising, but they have a change of heart, blah, 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 blah.
Do you think it could be maybe that people generally are just not stabbing each other as much? Maybe there's just less violence in society as a whole. Do you think we're getting in a better place?
I can't really say, to be honest.
Doubt
Because,
it.
yeah, I can't really say if it's because would you call it knife crime if the person's got a knife at home but never using it?
That's a good point.
Is it
actually,
knife crime
what
like that?
counts as knife crime?
But
Is it
obviously, if
possession?
you're walking around in public with a knife in it,
yeah,
that's well, the crime hasn't taken place, but you're walking around with a tool like
possession. Yeah, I guess knife crime will probably mean violent crime involving
and I think
a weapon.
Legally, you can't have a blade longer than like 3 inches or something like that.
Yes, correct. And even then, I think you need a justifiable reason.
Yeah,
for
like
having
if it's
it.
a Stanley knife or a Worksman.
What do you
tool,
work? Where do you work?
that type of thing, and you can justify it, then fine. But yeah, man, I don't know if it's a case of there's been less violence because if you're walking around with a knife, it's technically still looking for violence or preparing for it or defending against it. Well, it's not really defending, but you know how it is. So yeah, man, I think that's a good thing. I think all these mothers' walks, the losses people have taken, the message is hopefully starting to get out to people. Even like maybe, because don't forget, there's a high statistic of kids with PTSD now because their friends have passed away from this, or something else has happened to them that's giving them trauma, really, isn't it? Not that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it's never a good, but it's one of them things where people learn the hard way. And mistakes are made. You learn your lesson and you try to avoid it. So yeah, man, I think
good work, innit? That's it, basically. Keep up the good work, innit? Keep fighting against
it. Whoever's doing whatever, the marches, the protests, that angel knife thing that we had once in Slough. Remember that?
What was that?
The whole statue with them knives.
Oh, they made the statue out of the knives.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
It did a tour of England, didn't it?
Oh,
Tour
no
de France
way.
and that, yeah.
Was that in Slough?
Yeah, it came to Slough.
Or came to Slough?
Yeah, but this is ages ago.
I thought it was made in Slough.
No, it wasn't made in Slough. You didn't make shit by headaches.
That's something only London can make, innit? Like,
I don't know who made it or where it started from, but it was a good concept and probably was a bit of a health and safety hazard moving that around. But yeah, blunt all the blades or something.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
crazy.
that fell on someone.
That's crazy.
That's called the angel of death by knife or something.
Whoever had to do the risk assessment for that. Yeah, nightmare, bro. Nightmare. No, but that was honestly, that's a good story. And I think it highlights as well, that a lot of people, especially in this day and age, they feel like if your movement isn't big enough, you're not going to achieve nothing. But in reality, if you're putting in the work and other people are putting in the work against something which is wrong, knife crime is wrong, which we all know, you're going to get traction in it. You're gonna make something happen. One kid that would have been going and doing knife crime, if he went to your event or your march, or one of his parents were affected by a situation, that's one less kid that would be committing knife crime, innit? So one kid is better than nothing, innit? That's how I see it. So yeah, man, honestly, keep up the good work.
Good story. Yeah, that's a nice thing to read, to be honest, online.
Yeah. In Arborfield, the council are basically going through some drama because
Arborfield being...
So Arborfield is...
Arbor Park?
It's near Arborfield, right? Arborfield is essentially a part of Wokingham Borough Council. Right? It comes under that sort of area, yeah? The area we're talking about is a small little village in Arborfield.
Like Collinbrook type thing.
Yeah, like Sippenham, Burnham, etc. A small little village. Yeah. Now, a big property developer under this bracket of affordable housing, which a lot of property developers seem to be using nowadays to make these massive new builds. Coincidentally, they put in planning application for that. Now, shout out to the local people of that village, because what they managed to do was amazing. 10 points, minus 10 points. We're gonna keep it in. Minus 10 points to the hill, yeah. So what the local people did, is they essentially approached the council and they said, "You're absolutely not going to approve this. This is ridiculous. It's not happening." And long story short, they actually won. So the people of this small village in Arborfield, shout out to yourself, another proof that the small man can win. So the developers were Dendara Southern Limited and Elstree Land Limited. Okay, they wanted to build properties on the land of North Reading Road in Arborfield. Okay. The currently private agricultural land essentially would have been made into a mixture of 1 to 4 bedroom houses. 40% of that was meant to be affordable homes. Okay, that doesn't sound like an affordable project to me. That sounds like you're throwing in affordable housing because you needed to pass certain regulations. Okay, now the land itself, just to be a bit more accurate, it's about 1 kilometre west of the brand new Arborfield Cross Centre, and it's close to bus stops and local services as well. Now, obviously, it makes sense why these people may want to develop property on that. But let me tell you the reason why they said no, okay? The residents said the home plan was the last thing that Arborfield needs, and they were worried about the additional traffic it will generate. They did also say that development with a scale, this is the developer's language, with a scale, character and density that is outkeeping with character and appearance of the area and countryside. In other words, it smells like waffle, doesn't it?
Yeah. It is waffle.
So, a long story short, the agricultural land that they were trying to essentially develop on was part of private farming land, but also part of the greater landscape of Arborfield, which needs to be protected, right? In Slough alone, we're seeing 3 to 4 new builds currently over the next few years in Slough Centre alone, central Slough, right? I don't know if you noticed this, in the high street, where people of Slough obviously know Slough High Street, where the River Island used to be, now it isn't, and then they replaced it with there's a Superdrug.
Right?
There's flats there now. New builds that appeared out of nowhere. On the corner where that dodgy pub is, that one that they were always doing karaoke in that, they're also building there. New builds there. Now I find
Wait, you on about that pub next to near Old Nando's?
Yes, Alpha Arms.
Trashy one.
Yeah, that one. The dodgy one,
Junkie pub.
Junkie pub, that one. Obviously,
pub.
if you go there and you watch the podcast...
You're a fucking junkie.
No, you're
mate.
not.
You're a junkie. Junkie pub. All sorts of junkies out there. Junkies getting kicked out. Junkies getting thrown in.
You're staring your
Junkie
drinks
DJ.
with needles.
Bro,
it's crazy, bro.
Allow it.
Now, opposite that pub, there's also a new build there. Now, years ago, I remember the people of Slough were saying that their fear was that the shutting down of the high street was because they wanted to make it into private new builds, to which the council said we would never do that to part of such Slough heritage like Slough High Street, right? Now, let's look at the facts, okay? And this is the reason why I wanted to mention this story first. The facts are half of Slough High Street was shut down. Was it Queensmere? Yeah, they shut off.
Technically all shut down now.
Well, no, Queensmere technically all shut down. No, you're right. Yeah, so Queensmere, dead. Half of the shops in Observatory, gone.
Yeah.
The outside, and I always judge this by where JD moved to, right? JD was always on that store. They then moved across the road. Then they moved again to that store they're in now, and then there's a Foot Locker there. Greg's is now moving 2 doors down to the right. Did you know that?
Well, again.
Again, yeah.
Okay.
Greg's is moving 2 doors down to the right again. Now, there's a pattern that I'm seeing. 4 buildings are all being vacated. No tenants are being put in there, and then properties are being approved. And all these shops are slowly being priced and pushed out of the high street, and new affordable housing developments are coming in. How many new builds do we need? Now, obviously, this country's crying out for houses. We all know that, yeah? Do we want privately built houses, or do we want affordable government houses? This is the question, right?
Yeah, but what they're doing is they're privately building the houses.
Yeah.
It's like a book, yeah? You have the main thing of the book, which is these private properties.
Yeah.
But the title of it is affordable housing.
Yeah, well, this is it. But the problem is, because they're privately developed, affordable is a grey line when it comes to property development. Once projects are approved, things change. Yeah, if a project is halfway through, it's not like HS2. Is it HS2 where they just scrapped it? No, what was it? The Crossrail. You know that big thing they did on the motorway? There was a big development on the motorway.
It's a smart motorway.
Yeah, smart motorway, and then they scrap it halfway through. Do you remember
Oh
this?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It might have been HS2 or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. But you can't do that with a property development because you've got half of a property there now. Do you get what I mean? So for those people, me personally, I think the government needs to step up and start making their own affordable housing, especially here, like down south. We need that down here because, like we're seeing in Slough now, the property prices are becoming so extortionate. Bro, look, I don't want to be one of these old. I'm not unk status yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm big bro status. I had this debate with my brother the other day. Yeah, he's calling me unk and that. I was like, "Are you taking the mick, bro?"
Well, I'm Ruckus, Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
I'm big bro status. I remember when 3-bed house, 1330 a month, 1250 a month. Yeah, I don't remember when it was cheaper than that, but 1250 a month. I remember. Yeah, now 1250 a month, 1-bedroom house. But you get a parking spot.
That's not even a house. That's where the apartments.
Nah, it's basically an apartment, but it's got a staircase. Technically, it's a house, isn't it? But again, the housing situation in Slough is ridiculous. Shout out to these people.
On that note, yeah, I'll tell you something mad. So it wasn't too long ago. I noticed this. So in Britwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Britwell. Yeah. In Britwell. You know Kennedy Park, right?
Yeah.
So you got the co-op and all them shops, yeah?
Build properties on that.
No. And then you got the properties like right next to the park, yeah?
Yeah.
So the initial planning permission for that in particular build was meant to have like shops at the bottom or something like that, right? And the council had told these guys tear that shit down.
No way.
Yeah, and they didn't.
No.
They continued letting tenancy go, everything like this, right? And you know what happened? I remember saying this, a few episodes ago, right? That people are building when they're not meant to.
Yeah.
Like they'll say it's for this, do something else,
Yeah,
right? And they will keep it there and say to the council, well,
you
you
kick out
tell
these
these
people?
people,
Yeah.
these families, you tell them get the fuck out. Don't make us do it, innit? You're telling them to leave, not us.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, the council have folded. They've allowed it now. Yeah.
No backbone.
Yeah, exactly.
No bloody
But
backbone.
what are they going to do? They're going to break it down themselves. They ain't going to do shit.
Well,
They're
this
like,
is
it's
the
done
problem.
now, innit? They can't do nothing. They don't have the power to do anything. They don't have the funding to do anything.
You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing. Get the fuck out of here.
So would you say it's the case then that maybe private developers are getting...
They're mocking it.
They're mocking it.
Yeah,
They're
taking
taking it a bit out of hand now, and the council needs to crack
But
down
they
a little
can't. Like, if you were to send someone or pay, I don't know, whoever the hell it is to sort this out, a mediator or whatever, they probably don't have the funding over.
Well, I think that might be the best way to put it, bro.
No way.
If I'm being honest with you, I think that is actually the most accurate way of putting it. So I'll read you the headline.
Yeah, go on.
Right. So this was an article published by Nick Clark, who's a local democracy reporter for the Slough Observer, and I'll just read you the headline, and you tell me if your summary is accurate. Yeah.
All right, go on.
Slough Council probably not going to exist much longer. Talk to me, man. Would you think that's a good summary that you had there?
There will always be a council, but I think the whole thing will need a whole like reorg, new structure. It's like a whole, I don't know, what's that word, man? Mutiny type shit, man.
Well, this is interesting
Literally.
that you say that because the plans were essentially published by the government in December, and the plan was that Slough, along with neighbouring council, were going to merge into one council to cover a population of just under 500,000 people, all in one. Yeah. Now, the council leader, Dexter Smith, said this meant Slough Borough is probably not going to exist much longer anyway due to local government reform. And Councillor Smith's remarks were the latest in a series of comments on the council from the council on its uncertain future.
Do you reckon it's got anything to do with the whole London merge nonsense?
I think it is, man. I think what they might be doing, and again, this is something else we mentioned earlier as well, is that they've been trying to fuse us with London for a while now. I think what it's going to do is you're wiping out smaller local government and you're trying to make this one yeah, man, this is it. We're going to become a sort of one state.
At this point, like, I had a gardener come to my yard the other day to give me a quote, dude's called James, Irish fella, very nice, was just giving me some like life advice. He said it himself, man. He was like, they're done out here. He goes, council tax and shit like that, it's cheaper everywhere else but here. Yeah, which is nonsense, so in all reality, I don't even think these mates should get redundancy pay.
Listen,
I don't think they deserve anything. They've conned the council, the people, the budget, its staff. They conned everyone of the money. We've been paying tax for God knows what. Our roads are bad and bruised. I've got a flat tire all the time.
Yeah.
Pissing me off.
Oh man,
pissing me
I'm
off.
so sorry, man. I know that one came from the heart as well. Yeah, I know, bro.
Yeah, pissing me off, man. Like, what is
Slough
going
Council,
on?
you over here a big apology, bro. Because
They ain't
this
gonna do
poor
jack
man,
shit, bro.
honestly, how do you actually like claim, by the way, for the council? Because you know, if you get a pothole, apparently you have to stop.
it has to be it has to be like a certain depth. The pothole has to be, right. So I don't know who like goes over a pothole and measures it after or whatever. But obviously, if it's big enough, you kind of get the idea of it. Like, you know, one of our mates, he basically went over one and he had it caught on dash cam, and you can actually see the car jolt pretty bad.
No way.
Yeah, and I think they tried to claim it off the council, saying, "Listen, like, what's this all about?"
Yeah.
I can't remember what the result was, but I know there was a lot of back and forth. And Slough Borough Council they ain't gonna pay shit. What are they gonna pay with, man? They're gonna pay with debt.
Well, it's mad that you mentioned this because I guess just to summarise the story that we just mentioned there about the councils merging, at the moment this is only on a white paper bill for the government, which is like a proposal.
Yeah.
Right? They're saying, look, this is what we propose. Yeah. Essentially, that proposal is saying that the only reason why Slough Council would be asked to merge with neighbouring councils is where there is evidence of failure. And I think we'll leave that story there.
No
so
shit,
Slough
Sherlock.
Council, good luck. All right. We look forward to becoming this greater empire of London and serving the great leader, Sadiq Khan. Who is the mayor of London now anyway? Is Sadiq Khan still?
I think so. He's a
think
bus dude, isn't it?
Who's that?
That Sadiq Khan, isn't he? Where his dad was a bus driver.
His dad was a bus driver,
Bus dude,
yeah.
innit?
And by the way, every Pakistani will tell you that, yeah?
Yeah.
His dad was a bus driver, and look at him, he's the mayor of London.
Look at his son.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly. But then again,
But he'd love it, because all these useless bus lanes we have,
yeah.
Sadiq Khan would be like, oh shit, more bus lanes.
Well,
Dad, go cruise around.
You say this, but cab drivers want to get him out now as well, don't they?